we came to know Jesus in like 1987, 1988.
When we heard about tithing, it was just 10%? Are you out of your mind? I mean, we weren't even saving. I mean, money was just always tight because we had a baby.
It was.
And
Yep.
so, I was one of those people that went to the grocery store with the calculator. And no, you may not have that sucker, because we were on a budget.
It was over budget, right.
Just very budgeted. So we gave 10% on our net. And then we heard a sermon, and it was like, oh no, your first fruits, it's 10% on the first fruit. We're like, no, we can't do this. But we were just madly in love with the Lord, and we're like, okay, I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. We can do this. This is a matter of faith. So, and if we can't, we can't, but let's give it a shot.
2002, we were both working up until that point. Mm-hmm. And a couple things changed in our lives at that point. One was Diane started going to work part-time, and at the same time, our daughter was in her first year of college, University of Cincinnati, mm-hmm. and I lost my job. And that was right after 9/11. Uh-huh. Just a few months after 9/11, so the economy was crashing. Mm-hmm. I thought it was the worst day of my life at that point. So that year, mm-hmm. that I lost my job, and then Diane picked up the slack and started nursing full-time again, traveling, mm-hmm. travel nursing. We're in church one day, and there was a challenge for missions giving. And, we were still doing our best to tithe at that point. And this challenge came forth during church. We looked at each other, and we kind of snickered and laughed. We both, I think, read each other's minds at that point.
We sort of giggled, and I can't remember if you said it or I said it. We're like, let's double it. Let's double our giving. Let's just see what God does. And we were laughing while we were, writing out our commitment.
Yeah. And for me, it wasn't even necessarily to let's see what God does. It was almost like I kind of felt like we were under attack.
Oh.
Right? Losing the job and all this other stuff going on. And my thinking was, devil, bring it on. Because if you're bringing it on, you're just going to drive me closer to Christ. And so my thinking for doubling was, I'm getting closer to God. We're just going to double our giving. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the one promise that God makes to us, is to test me in this area of giving and see what I will do. By the end of the year, we realized when we're putting our taxes together, mm-hmm. Getting all the receipts together and looking at our income, we didn't skip a beat. God provided almost to the dollar the same amount that we made the year before I lost my job.
I don't want y'all to think it's super easy, but the sacrifice that Christ made for us, that backdrop of the cross has always been present for us, and the cost. And so we lived on, a lot of hand-me-downs. We lived on, not the richest of foods. We didn't go to restaurants when other people would go after church on Sunday. We went home, and it was okay with us because of that sacrifice.
I would just say that if God sets challenges before you and you really feel a prompting that it's something from God, mm-hmm. just put your feet in the water. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Because God's going to I get a little choked up because God's going to show you His love. He's going to show you His grace, His mercy, His provision. He wants to be able to take care of you like any great dad would want to take care of you.
Right.